25 children, but only 4 were biologically his. Hey, I saw this story and I felt we just had to weigh in on it because what? This is the story of Prince Paul Kafeero, a Ugandan folk singer. This guy made a lot of money when he was alive, and unfortunately, he died in 2007. And you would not believe what started happening after this guy was dead. And it's not just about children, legitimate or illegitimate. It's also about a secret that was so kept that even the women who claimed to have children for him were not even aware of this. But I'm going to tell you about that secret. So don't stop watching. Prince Paul Kafeero, who was very, very good at his crafts, internationally acclaimed, was even at one point named the Golden Boy of Africa, did very well in his music career, but his life was another story altogether. Apparently, he was what we Nigerians call a kezaya. He was distributing affairs here and there. So many women were in so many different relationships with him. So much so that when Paul died in 2007, over 20 different women came forward claiming that they had children for him. In fact, many of them even claimed to be his wives. Of course, tussle started. Inheritance wahala. Everyone wanted their children to be part of the estate that Prince Paul had left behind. The trouble was just very enormous. Courts, processes, all of those shenanigans. Eventually, the Ugandan government thought to themselves, we need to find out what is what to. We need to know exactly what is going on. And so on the 1st of June 2026, the Ugandan government, under very strict security, decided to exhume the body of Prince Paul to find out exactly which of these 25 children, if any, were his. You need to understand the enormity of the kind of problem that had been happening since he died in 2007. For government to say we need to bring him back up for us to make this decision once and for all. So he was exhumed and DNA was taken from tissue and bones and all of that to figure out exactly which of these people were actually his kids. Are you sitting down? Because your mind will be blown right now. 26th June 2026, DNA results came out. Lo and behold, of the 25 children, only 4, what am I doing? 4, only 4 were biologically his. Let me drink water. Yes, so only 4 were his. And these 4 were like the elderly ones, the ones that came before all the others. When the DNA results came out, Prince Paul's longtime partner, Robina, now broke her silence. She said, wait, hold my cup. Let me tell you people what is what. Robina said that she has been saying this for the longest of times, that all these women with all these children were not in any way legally Prince Paul's. She said something that a lot of people were not even aware of. She said that Prince Paul was battling serious infertility issues. He could not father a child. Both of them knew about this. They had, in the course of their relationship, been trying to have a baby. And so they subjected themselves to medical examination. Doctors had said that Robina was fertile. There was nothing wrong with her. But Prince Paul had issues with his sperm. Maybe, probably, because of his excessive alcohol intake. So Robina always knew that if she keeps staying with Prince Paul, she would never have a child with him. According to her, she said she made peace with that. She was okay with just being with him. And she even said she eventually decided to adopt one of those early kids he had, a Thomas, raised him as her own. So she knew when all of these other children started flowing out of the woodworks, she knew that none of these children could possibly be Prince Paul's. And then the shocker of all shockers, she exposed the fact that Prince Paul was HIV positive in the course of their relationship. She said when they were going through all of those medical examinations and all, they found out that Prince Paul was HIV positive, but she was HIV negative. She could have left if she wanted to, but because she loved him, she decided to just stay with him and help him manage his health. So all these other women, over 20 of them, who claimed that they had kids with Prince Paul, didn't know that this guy could not father a child. And they, of course, would not also know that he is HIV or he was HIV positive. This now brings me to this issue of paternity fraud that a lot of women perpetuate. For me personally, I feel like it's the highest form of fraud and deceit that anyone can do. I'm not judging you because I don't know why you would decide to rope in a man with pregnancy or to give a man a child that does not belong to him. You probably have your reasons. But what I am saying is this. Many times, many of these men know that those children you are saying is theirs is not actually theirs. Many of them could just play along, but at the end of the day, the last laugh will be theirs. We have heard of many women who, brought home kids that were not their husbands. And then at the point of maybe they want to go abroad and DNA was required, or maybe the child was ill, or something just happens. And then it is exposed that this child does not belong to the man. When that kind of thing happens, there is nowhere you will go to that you will find support. Nobody, even your own parents will not support you. So it is something that for me, I feel like it's highly unnecessary. If you must be promiscuous, or if you must have extramarital affair, or if you must, do something with someone that you're not having a lasting relationship with, how about you protect yourself? Because see now, Prince Paul is now known to have been HIV positive. And I am quite sure, or I believe, that he did not go around telling these 20-something women that he has HIV. He probably didn't tell them. And so they now slept with him, believing that they would be able to use pregnancy to be a part of his estate. And now, maybe some of them may also be HIV positive. Aside from that, all of these children's lives, these 21 that are now known not to be his children, all of their lives, they were probably told by their mothers that Prince Paul is their father. Do you understand the gravity of trauma these children will be feeling right now? Looking at their mothers and saying, who is my father? What did you do? Where am I from? Do you understand the kind of turmoil that will be going on in those homes right now? At the end of the day, the question becomes, is it worth it? Is it not better to just find one person and commit to that person? And if you must step out, how about you protect yourself? Because you just never know. That a person is rich and wealthy and caring and supportive and all of that does not mean that they may not be carrying one disease or the other inside of them. So please, women, let's try to be protecting ourselves. This going after fame and fortune and money and material things, let it not be the bane of some of us. So I heard this story and I just decided to use it to bring to our attention how many of us could be exposing ourselves to things that we don't want to be a part of. It's so unfortunate for these over 20-something women right now. And I know Robina is sitting somewhere smiling to herself because she knew all of this time that all of these women were just bloody liars and opportunists. Anyway, the deed has been done. Everybody would now find a way to pick the pieces of their lives. But Prince Paul didn't try at all. Just collecting relationships here and there and just being reckless with the way he lived his life. Now he's dead. To rest in peace is now a problem. Exhuming a man's body 19 years after he died. What kind of wahala is that? Anyway, I hope this has entertained you as much as it has educated you. Have you subscribed to this channel? If you've not, now is the time for you to click the subscribe button and be a part of my family. Until I come your way in the next video, Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye.